Okay, my friends. Do you hear that chirping? The spring is almost here. No, that's not the Garen chirping here. That's actually my window is open. And my cat actually got on the, on the window. On the windowsill? Yeah. And started smelling the air. So apparently some birds are up there. Welcome. Welcome to this match. It is going to be up against Thurgar. No, Neba. And Yorick's buffs are here. Yorick's nerfs are here. Or Yorick's berfs are here. Or Yorick's nuffs are here. You decide. Berfs has a feeling, there's a different feeling to that word. And nuffs also have a different feeling to that word. So we'll see which one, fits best. She's going to do it. She's going to do it. I have to hit it. There it is. I actually did. Wow. Well done. Because I won this trade big time now. Just because of that very, very fast E. I like to use my E for farming. What are you doing? Is gank coming or what? Excuse me. Excuse me. Well, why didn't they nibble? Why didn't they do that in time? Actually, I think I can win against this guy. Yeah. This is even better. This is even better. Oh. So the nerfs and buffs. So let me just do a really quick rundown on what exactly are the buffs and nerfs. So the ghouls are weaker. They need attack speed now. If you don't have attack speed, they're going to be much weaker than before. If you have attack speed, you might offset it a little bit. That's first of all. Second of all, Q does a grave on a champion. And when you hit them, doesn't make any sense, it's fine. Things in life often don't make any sense. Actually, things that humans do don't make any sense. Things that... oh, she has the red buff from her jungler. So, that's something you don't want to see on your opponent, right? Oh, there it is. There's that E. What else? Maiden is... Oh, she hasn't been nerfed. No, has she? She might have been nerfed. I actually don't know. So E now has armor shred. So I will be rearranging my habits of not leveling up the wall anymore, but leveling up the E. Because especially if you have items that are not focused on lethality too much, that might be worth kind of, I don't know. You'll see the numbers, I'll try to play like 10 games and whoop, I'll try to play 10 games and then give you the stats, how I did. So, oh, almost. That was good. That was a good... Okay, she was about to farm that. That wasn't a missed E. That was actually unlucky because it was a good E. Because the idea was good. The idea was to, do that when she comes to... Oh, no. How many ganks? How many ganks? Come on. He even lane ganks me. My friends. My friends. Okay. Actually, I hope that this is going to be one of those cases where my teammates are doing well and I'm being abused, but it's fine. The only thing you need to do when you're getting abused like this is make sure that whoever is fed, she's fed right now. She doesn't get out of line. And I think I'm gonna be able to do that. Okay. I think I'm gonna be able to do that. Now, one thing I really need to do is I need to get those grubs, because if she has 2 kills and I get grubs, you kind of are the grub lord, Meaning that, she has 2 kills, she has the strength. But Yorick still slapped those grubs. So let's see if I can do it. Oh, I can, because Amabu decides to gank bot. hopefully he doesn't really get that much done there. And hopefully Skarner realizes that, hey man, you know, we got these in the bag and we don't really need to. Oh, one more change is that ghouls are not going to be able to, I'm just going to get this wave and then go back. Ghouls can't really tank that well anymore, the jungle camps. So you got to be careful with them. They can still tank, but it's a little bit harder, you know. He doesn't even care about the grubs, it looks like. Okay. They have chosen the PvE, which is good. No, PvP, and I have chosen the PvP. Sorry, they have chosen PvP, and I have chosen PvE. What is Silas doing? Slapped him. I had to use Ghost, by the way, because if I hadn't, then he might have easily escaped, actually. Okay. Now, there was some time ago already, there were a bunch of comments that didn't really grind my gears because those are valid opinions, but they kind of made me feel like, hey, can I win? Okay, it's not that bad. So I had this short where I was explaining how an ego play stopped me from winning the Nexus. And a bunch of people said, hey man, that's not really an ego issue, you know, that's just a skill issue. And when you make opinions on YouTube, especially if you make arguments, it's impossible to win because I don't want to sound arrogant and say, hey man, you know, I was making sense, but nobody listened to me. It's not that. It's more like you need to be so precise in the way you word things so that there's not an opportunity to misunderstand or make the opposite argument or something. Because to me, it's quite simple. You know, I know that mistakes can be made. It's just that in this particular case, you can easily see how the ego mistake also, you know, because there's a lot of roads to losing. And one of the roads was the ego thing. Another road was taking those three tower shots, you know, because in that particular short, there were 3 tower shots that I took. You might have seen it. You must have seen it. That kind of prevented me from surviving, you know, but I was just focusing in that, again, I was just, what is this? I was afraid that I'm gonna die. I kid you not, I was really afraid that I'm gonna die. Okay. I'm actually, this is very good for me. Even though I got ganked so much, I am really strong right now. Let's get this. And I'm gonna put some of the comments on the screen, but a lot of them just say the same, kind of like the same thing, and it's not that big a deal. I was just thinking about this because I was oh damn, it's fine. I might get some plates here if Amumu doesn't pick the tower up from the crib. Where is he? Is he ready? Is Silas? Okay, maybe Silas is the one who's gonna be ready. Yeah, Silas is actually the one. Okay. I do want to hit both of them. You know. Don't fight that, please. Okay. Well, sorry. Sorry for... Oh, sweet lord. How bad am I? He picked it up like a plate of food and held it in front of me. Like I'm a dog. And he's just feeding me. That's so funny. That is ridiculously funny. That is ridiculously funny. By the way, I think I like these boots now. Okay. And just to make it clear, I understand that there's a lot of mistakes you can make. But mistakes are different, you know, skill mistakes are a little bit different, and it's a little bit, they are, ego mistakes are, they are both mistakes. But the thing is, ego mistakes are interesting in their own right because they... Okay. He got the first tower. Okay, I don't need to think about that anymore. Do I? Actually... Okay, I think I need to get the grubs since he has... Thank you for your service, Garen. Thank you .rito.lol, Garen, if you're watching this. Thank you .rito.lol. HTTPS. Thank you .rito.lol. Because I got towers, I got grubs. You know, it's all for the good of the you know, the whole. The good of the whole. High value Yorick. Okay. Let's see. I think we can get him. I think he's feeding us a little bit there. Oh, what you doing, guy? My guy. My guy, was that one plate worth it? Although, he could escape now. Damn. I snatched a... Okay, we actually snatched a loss out of that. I don't know what exactly happened there. What is this guy doing? Okay, we have 6 grubs. Can I get him? Ghouls. Okay, unfortunately... Okay. Who is gonna come? Who's gonna come? Silas, I don't think so. Maybe she? Okay. No, she's not gonna come too. Oh, I have to block this. Where is she? Oh, she went the safe way. That's interesting, you know. She went the safe way. Okay, LeBlanc. Neba. Skarner, I'm not gonna go there. Sorry. Oh. Okay, I had to press that button just so they leave, because I saw 4 people on the map. This is such a beautiful example. Did you see Skarner just ping me? And do you have any better example of teammates just being super giga wrong? Because, well, okay, he might lose the, you know, Amumu might outsmite him. That could happen. But just on the face of it, that moment itself, when 4 people came to deal with me, and he had just pinged me because he wanted the dragon, and now he gets the dragon much better. You know, if this strategy, first of all, it's not hard to understand. Second of all, it's been out for ages. You know, Yoricks have been doing this for ages, and people still don't understand and are mad. And that directly translates to Yorick win rate being lower than it could be. You know, I'm not saying it's low. I'm just saying that it's lower than it could be, simply for the reasons of, you know. Okay, can I get this Tristana? I should have TP'd sooner, and then I would have done it. Now I can't. Okay. Which one do I farm? I don't even know. Which one do I farm? And, so, you know, if and all of that goes into the balance of champion, right? Because if the win rate is lower, let's say it's 1% because people don't understand what Yorick is doing. Let's say it's 1%, right? And 1%, I hope that he gets these. Oh, why am I? Pressed G. Pressed G. Let's say it's 1%, and let's say they look at and they think, damn, why are you not gardening, my friend? Ziggs isn't gardening correctly. Yeah, let's say it's 1%. And Riot Balance Team looks at it and says, okay, it's 1% too low, and they buff a part of Yorick just to offset that. And now suddenly you have a situation where Yorick's win rate is lower because people don't understand what he's doing, and he gets a buff. So that's kind of a funny situation where you're kind of stronger than you should be, but you're stronger just to offset the fact, like the communal... Okay, can I get... You know what? I'm gonna go for the gardener. Janitor / gardener. Janitor slash gardener. One of the most satisfying things is to take out support wards, which give you 30 gold. Okay. I think I still win, especially if she loses that much. Except if Amomo comes from the bushes. The sadness. The sad guy. There he is. Damn, losing CS because of danger. Don't like that. Okay. There she is. She's going mid, I guess. I don't know. If they both come, I think I win. Against them both. Lady, that's not enough. That's not enough, Mel. Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson, time to make another movie. Time to make another movie about your life. Does Mel Gibson make movies about his life? I don't think so. I don't know why I said that. But it is what it is. Okay, I'm gonna press the ghost button immediately. If two or more than one person comes here. I can go back. Everything has been cleared. Time for me to rest. Do you think I need to get this? Yes. Do you think I need to get this? Yes. So, the ego thing, you know, I felt like I lost the argument, even though in my mind I thought I made sense, you know. So it's interesting, YouTube, being a YouTuber and saying your opinion and saying not even like a spicy opinion, not even like, you know, crazy opinion. People will just have different points of view, and I find myself thinking, being annoyed a little bit at that, but then thinking, hey, you know, it's fine. It's completely fine, simply because just because it's annoying doesn't mean, okay, you know, just because they are, it's almost like it's kind of natural to be annoyed when you are challenged, you know. So, nah, I win this. I win this. I'm not even going to use my whip yet. Okay, I'm going to use my whip. I used it for damage. I wanted to use it when it became clear that he could escape, but then he couldn't escape. Let me tell you, the whip, the Stridebreaker, I'll call it the whip. I love it. I love that the sound of it. It feels good on Yorick. It feels like it helps him a lot. Like you know, it's kind of like a non-exciting, almost a boring item, but it just, the active use makes it easier to play the game. By the way, I thought they were winning. Oh, okay, had to do that. I don't think I had to do that, but for my mental clarity to kind of protect my peace, if I can be just insufferable for 1 second using that word. By the way, I have this weird relationship with woke stuff. I understand what protect your peace means, and I understand that any human, no matter how, you know, jacked and redneck type, you know, you might be, every human does have the same mental stuff, like protecting your peace and stuff. Especially, damn, I'm not even a gardener. I'm leaving this. And all, you know, that protecting your peace, for those of you who know people who use it, it's kind of like a semi-new age psychology term, which sounds horrible, but it's true, you know. So if you wanna, okay, if you want to, okay, can I get the tower? You know, this game is kind of boring a little bit, but very satisfying. Satisfyingly boring. So I like this game. The only thing that I'm kind of sad about is that it's not gonna have an intro, you know. That's the thing I don't like about it. Because you can't have an intro when there's no one-shots, you know. Maybe the Mel intro? The Mel Gibson intro? Maybe I'll put that there. Even though it's not that exciting, but it's still fine as an intro, maybe. And yeah, the protecting your peace is... Does anyone else have that? Because I feel like I understand it. I respect it. It's the same thing with the microaggressions and triggered. It's funny when people say that. It sounds like you are being... it sounds like you're being too weak or too psychologically, or you know, if that's even a word. It sounds like that. But trigger is a very good word, because it really it does feel like that when someone says something and it triggers you inside. You know, it's the correct word. But I do also feel like when you say that, there's a high likelihood of you being you know, just a little bit insufferable, you know, because we all know those types of people, the professional, the kind of like okay, the professional entitlement, you know, crowd, let's say that, the professional entitlement. Suddenly the game is just easy. Look at that. I don't know what happened. I don't know if we can close the game. We might have to get the Baron to close the game. We might have to get the Baron to close the game. Let's see. They are going to push top, right? I don't want to push if any of them go back. Okay, Skarner's going to go back. He actually pings that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, not too much janitoring has been done. Ziggs, just snatching that one more, you know, going from 3-5 to, oh, feeding me again. This Skarner, second time, that's so funny. Do you see how why I see that as funny? It's just so funny how he holds it in front of my face as if I'm a dog who, you know how sometimes dogs have bad eyes and they don't see stuff, so you have to put it in front of them. That's just an old dog probably, but I'm an old dog. So thanks for watching this. I'll see you next time.